Lost Trooper by Dylan's Little Hobbies. Long, long ago in a galaxy far, far away, 5 stormtroopers aboard the Death Star just finished their mission up to Tatooine. They failed their mission, and all regret telling Lord Vader. Lucky none of them have to. It would be the general who reported that troopers head to the cafeteria, as one reflects on his past. Chapter 1 Home. The troopers walk into the cafeteria. One heads straight for the bar. 2 head to a few chairs in the back left corner. The other 2 giggled as they took their helmets off. Well, now that was fun. The right one says, "Yeah, we never get to see X on." The other one answers, as the stormtrooper takes off the helmet to reveal it's a goat with a solo to cut hair. As the only goal in the group, I must say you boys did fine out there. Over here too, the guy says, waving from a corner of the room. Hey, where Captain Go, doesn't he want to celebrate a job well done? A stormtrooper says. The other one points his thumb in the direction of the bar. Is over there. Don't go and bothering the old man, let him rest. I don't think his older could take all this action, he says and starts chuckling. The man on the left joins in. Oh, come on boys, says our leader, give him a break. She turns and starts to walk towards the bar when one of her fellow troopers grabs her hand. I really wouldn't do that. He's never in the mood. Let him be 9-14. Let me go 60-8-7. No, not unless you leave him alone. We already failed our mission. I don't think he's happy. Alright, she says and pulls her arm out of 60's hand. Well, it's not like an old clone like him will want to stay with us anyway, she says and sits down. The man at the bar in stormtrooper uniform hears this, but acts like he never heard it. I just kids, he says to himself. Here's your drink, sir. The bartender says and puts a glass of purple liquid in front of him. Thanks. He replies and takes a sip. Another mission accomplished, sir. The bartender asks. He just looks at him with a look that says it all. Well, you can't win them all, can ya? However, it seems your squad is happy. He shrugs and mumbles. That's just kids. They don't know what war's like. What it means to fight. What it means to lose. They've only been with me for a year. They've got quite a story to tell, don't you? He just nods and starts to take another. As an old man at least 60. Well, the only reason why he looks so old is because of his aging poses. As a clone of Jango Fett. Has black hair and one brown eye. Except his goatee burns like slash over the right side of his face. He has a robotic eye and right eye socket as well, with a small electric panel just protruding from the right of his head. The electronic eye is red and it obviously has an aiming feature. He looks to his left. His stormtrooper helmet stares at him right in the face. He chuckles and says, "What are you looking at?" as he turns the helmet the other way. He then starts to think about his past. The Clone Wars raging. It was a time of galactic war. The Separatists and their droid army was fighting the Republic. They needed an army fast. Luckily there was a solution. On the planet of Kamino, a planet of cloners cloned a bounty hunter in Mandalorian armor. Clones of Jango Fett was made fast and set to work under the guiding hands of the Jedi Order. Along with Jedi generals together they fought as hard as they could to capture General Grievous of the Separatist army. Unfortunately, the 104th Battalion's famed Wolfpack squad was attacked by the Separatist warship Malevolence, leaving almost no survivors. After the destruction of the ship by Anakin Skywalker, assisted by his Padawan and Plo Koon, the Jedi General of the Wolfpack, they needed a new battalion to command. This group was cultivated not too long after the Battle of Geonosis. They were young soldiers not ready for the battlefield just yet. But as they reached 17 physical age, they would be pushed out of the assembly line and onto the battlefield with Commander Wolf. Clones were genetically altered to grow quickly, learn quickly, listen to disobedience, then come gushing out of a huge pool gasping for air as they jump onto the sidewalk. Yeah, boys. Tomorrow we'll show them Jedi what we're capable of, right? Yeah, of course we will, one says as he jumps out of the pool with his blaster and underwater armor. Yikes, we'll be the best clones. They make us generals. Hey, another says, getting out. Why do you keep calling me X9288? Simple, because you'll need a name out in the field. And it's you 9290. Another jumps out and overhears the conversation. Then what does that make you 9288? Simple, I'm Stunner. Why Stunner, X ask? Because I always forget to turn off the stunner. My god, I kinda like the name there. They all love. And your Techno. Always messing with his gadgets. One of the clones noted. Alright, you have me there. Techno, I like it. But then is Fisher. Techno says as he pats another clone on the back. The clone just looks up. You swim better than any of us, you're like a fish. They all agree. Fisher just sighs in agreement. Exo 9290 was the leader of the group. Always had a plan. Stunner 9288 was a good shot, but was the jokester of the group. Techno 9289 messed with his gadgets a lot, but was very reliable and resourceful. He was kind of a medic too. Fisher 9286 was the strong but silent type. Never said a word unless actually needed or told to. Then there was 9290, 287. What about me, guys? He asked. They all looked at him. Yeah, what should we call you? 9,287. They all shrieked. They spoke up. Well, think of something, I'm sure, bro. There's just nothing mine right now. Oh, he says in disappointment. 9,287 was truly the odd man out. A little bit stranger than the rest. This was the day before their lives would change forever. They were just brothers on Camino. From the moment they start walking, they were taught how to be a soldier. Camino was a watery world once almost destroyed. On the brink of extinction, the Caminos made their cities above the water and cloned themselves in hopes to preserve their culture. Their homes were a straw-white laboratory, and they did nothing but watch the guinea pigs, lab rats, run around in their cage. They did not care for their clones. They had a job to do and was happy with that. The clones would start as a single genetic cell and grow in a pod until large enough to be expelled from it. Then they would be put in a large room with medical nanny droids caring for them every second. As a baby, if one clone tried to stand out, they'd put him in timeout, trying to teach them not to be so independent and follow the rules, the laws, the orders of their superiors. Once they could walk, they would instantly be on a training regimen, learning to follow orders, speak when only spoken to. They were raised literally like biological droids, but this never sat well with them. And while most clones took a few months to realize this, they knew they were all individuals, with a job to do. The Jedi encouraged them. Individuality gives the ability to think on your feet, think for yourself. What plan will work and won't work? It is this that made them superior to droids. And while they did stand together as one, they all had a mind of their own. Those who could stand out were given special positions in the Grand Army of the Republic. Those who could stand out were also chosen more often by commanding officers, trained daily to be fit and physical, trained daily to understand basic technology and weaponry, trained daily to understand basic medical assistance. They were trained to the max from birth to be soldiers, to be clone troopers. Little did they know the real reason why they were made. Either way, they did have a place to call home. The clones were awakened by the sound of the sergeants. Wake up, maggots. The sleep pods flew out and they rose immediately, then jumped down to their sergeant. Did you all have a nice sleep? So yes, so they all yelled. There were 74 clones in the room, all a little groggy from waking up. Do you want to go back to bed? Sergeant asked. So no, sir. They all yell. Do you know what day it is? So yes, sir. He pointed to someone on the side. Your number? 9,423, sir. He walked towards the clone. What is today's objective, trooper? He said. Sir, it's to get elected by the Wolf Pack, sir. Good. He noticed one of the troopers smiling. You there? Number? 9,568, sir. What are you smiling about? Sir, yes, sir. I'm ready to do what I was born to do, sir. I'm excited. You, the sergeant said. Well, that's not gonna pick a bunch of sissies. Get to the gym, soldiers. I want a morning run 5 miles as fast as you can. Then eat and finally suit cleaning. Make sure your armor is shiny and new. Just like you. Move out. He yelled. They all yelled, so yes, sir, as they ran out in rows. Fisher started on his way when he noticed his brother was staring off into space, not realizing they were on the move. He tapped him. Brother, hey brother, he said. 9,287 blinked quickly and realized that everyone was on the move. Sorry, Fisher. I was just thinking. You and your thoughts. Come on, man, let's go. Alright. Hey, look, lively, men. We're running now. As the line before started running, so did X and the team. Then the group behind them, and they keep running in line as they hit an obstacle course. Jumping. Dodging, ducking. This was a long 5-mile hallway which changed obstacles every morning. And almost every day they went through this to keep in tip-top shape as well as aware of their surroundings. Over the loudspeaker shouted the sergeant. Be careful, keep surprises from the droids. Some clones were shot with a stunner from droids. Take them down, you don't have a weapon. Hand-to-hand combat is your only option, do so now. Several clones went head-to-head with the droids while others checked their damn brethren. Yes, don't leave a man down, save him. Yelled the sergeant. In the midst of all this running, they had to do their best to keep up in formation. As they were running, 9,287 had this look on his face. As he looked around the displayed battlefield, Fisher saw him, and tapped on his brother. Look alive, man. You don't want to be shot. 9,287 shook his head. Thanks, brother. Fisher didn't talk much. Didn't disobey orders very often. Only when he noticed a problem with the order. He was trained to realize this and adapt on the battlefield. He didn't speak much to his brothers either, but loved and respected them and his position in the army. He just wanted a chance to prove himself worthy of his own life. To him, the war is why he was born, why he existed, and why he wants to finish it. He wants to someday end it with his own hands. To say thank you to those who have gave him life, but with it said is not particularly close to any of his brothers. He keeps a basic distance because he believes that hell owes many of them in this fight. Many other have already died. He just doesn't want the loss to cloud his judgment, so he keeps a distance from everyone. Except 9,287. He treated him like a younger brother. Kept him in line as well. 9,287 would often get this look. With this look, it would almost be like he was in a different world, as was in his own world of thoughts, and always had to be brought out of it and into the battle. He was a thinker, and if you asked him a question, he would ponder it, and then wouldn't answer till he had an answer to give. He used to get in a lot of trouble for it, but other than that, he was a good shooter, a good shot, and a good brother. No one ever asked him what he was thinking about, just told him to look alive to the situation he was in. He wasn't a leader or a strategist, or was he? But he'd never say anything. X was the leader, and they followed his orders. Maybe he'd be a captain one day, maybe even a commander with the right training. Anything is possible, but time's running out on the Republic. Just no one know it. But for the first time in his life, Fisher was curious and asked him while jogging, "What is it?" "What?" 9,287 asked. He was surprised. No one ever asked him what he was thinking. "What are you thinking, brother? What is it that draws you from here?" 9,287 looked forward. Pathway 224. Look, we're passing 220 now. Yeah, so, well, we've done this 100 times. A different path every day, so we'd have to go down different paths. We only go down pathway 224 when the files are on 228. But what is on 224 right now? I know where 224 leads to. Down there we head right and into 211. If we're in a race to get to it, if we ought to stand out and get picked, we should beat everybody to it. But we're not gonna do it while running like everyone else. 224 is our best path, not straight down. Fisher was surprised by this. He smiled. "Hey, that's a good idea." "Hat, did you hear that?" X was in front. "What that, Fisher?" 9,287 thinks 224 is the best path to take. The others logged as well as X. Yeah, stay alive in your lane, soldier. 224 takes us down a far. Not if we take a right near 211. No, brother. "Follow me," X said. "Techno, take out the droid on the left or right." Techno just nodded. As they did, 9,287 just started to follow orders and tried to forget about 224. But Fisher stopped as they passed at 224. He looked left, then forward. He thought to himself, "It is the best way. Sometimes orders aren't the right way." He ran into 224 by himself. 9,287 turned around and saw Fisher was gone. X, he called out. "Not now, 9,287. X was taking a battle droid's head off by hand. "Fisher is missing." What, he yelled. He turned back. Fisher was gone. Must have got shot. The medics would have already picked him up. "We must catch up to the medics. Come on," he yelled as they ran worried about their... Meanwhile, 224 ran down the hallway and turned right onto 211. He went straight and then took another right. He ran as hard as he could as he entered the cafeteria. He was the first clone to get into the cafeteria. He got it and sat down waiting for his brothers. All the clones showed up in waves of hungry men, but it still took a half hour for X and the team to catch up. They immediately ran to the medics looking for him. Fisher called out, "X, over here." X turned and smiled. "Brother, did you get shot, man?" "No, sir. I am in fact the first clone to show up here today. My name is 32 men. X looked confused. "How you're behind us?" Techno asked. "I disobeyed your order. I'm sorry, X, but I had to know if 9,287's idea worked. And it did." He turned to 9,287. "Your plan worked. You a thinker. And now you got a name. Thinker." X jumped back at this. "What?" "No, sorry, 92, I'm Thinker. I honestly thought it was a goofy idea." 9,287 turned as... "It was just an idea. You're the leader, X." "Yeah, but as leader I need to hear the whole team out. Thinker, don't keep those ideas to yourself, okay? Let's hear them out. We're now on." And so Thinker became a true member of the team. Hope you all enjoyed today's video. Chapter 2 will be coming out soon, so subscribe.